Hi, friends. It's Maddie from Seven Moons Healing, and here's your collective card conversation of the day. Remember to take what resonates and what doesn't, leave it behind. No judgment here. The first card that came out for you guys is the moon. Okay. You guys may be having vivid dreams. You may be having uncertainty coming forward. You're having fogginess happening currently. And what the moon really represents is that you may be projecting fear into your present or your future based off a traumatic event that happened, an emotional place that you may have been in that caused you a lot of distress. And it's time to start addressing that, because there may be things that have been occurring in your life that keeps bringing up the same thing over and over and over again, and you keep pushing it down and pushing it down and pushing it down into your subconscious level that you may be unaware you're even doing it. So it's really about taking the time to start addressing that emotional distress, addressing the trauma, addressing anything that has been repeated. What behaviors have you been noticing that you've been on repeat? I recently noticed that the month of September, I seem to feel a certain type of way in September. And it's been ongoing, okay? And when I put two and two together, like a traumatic event that happened to me in September, I started realizing that every September I start feeling that thing that I can't quite explain, but it starts with maybe feeling nervous. I start feeling maybe a little bit more depressed. The weather's changing, the seasons are changing, and is it really the weather changing, the seasons changing, or is it because I had trauma that occurred during that time frame? And I started putting two to two together, and now because I can understand what happens to me in September, I can work through the months of September a little bit more easier because I'm aware of it. So when you become aware of the repeated behaviors, the repeated um, underlying emotional distress that occurs because we keep avoiding the healing process, you can't avoid it anymore. You shouldn't be avoiding it. Hopefully, this will trigger, like, oh my gosh, and then you can start working on it, because half the battle is recognizing our behaviors. The second card that came out is the High Priestess. Okay. So the High Priestess, this is talking about that not all that is out there is reality. Okay. Um, there may be underlying influences from the higher realms trying to get your attention on a situation. What does that mean? It means that there may be a situation occurring right now that your gut instinct is telling you something is off, but you're not sure if it's because you feel confused, if you feel foggy, if you feel uncertain about, like, something is making you question why you're questioning it. And it's your gut instinct, it's your intuition saying, hey, pay attention. Not all that glitters is gold. And so they're really trying to have you focus in on why that is. Why is your intuition having this red flag? So you may need to meditate, you may need to journal, you may need to walk out in nature. You'll need to do something to tap into the situation so that you can get your answer, because there's something more underlying that's happening, and they're saying, pay attention, pay attention. And the last card that came out is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So the Knight, typically happy-go-lucky, adventurous. Um, they're ready for battle. They're always ready to go, and they have this confidence. But this is talking about a young energy, male, female, non-binary. It's a young person who perhaps you have been taking under your wing. It could be your children, it could be a coworker, it could be your niece and nephew, it could be it could be a person with a very young energy. And oftentimes what we try to do is we try to protect those that we love who are younger. We try to take them under our wing, we cover for them, we do all kinds of things. And this is really saying that it is time to set them free. They need to go out and find themselves. They need to figure out their direction, their path in life. And as much as we want to protect them, we also need to allow them to experience the world. And it's not easy to let your little ones, or to, let the young coworker set up a meeting or take charge. It's never easy because we don't want to see them fail, but they're not going to learn unless we decide to set them free. So everyone, let the littles out. They need to go and experience life. They need to figure out their path. And if they want to ask you for guidance and advice, you can certainly give it, but we can't control it. That's what they're here for. They're here to learn. I hope that helps and resonates. And remember, love yourself enough to invest in you. Have a great day.